Man, look, I haven't been to not one single party since I've been in college. And judging off of this last week, I should have kept it that way. But I was on cloud 9 after shutting up all the critics after that UNC game. So as a reward to ourselves after that performance, me and the guys pulled up to just about all the parties we heard about this week. And as y'all can tell, I might have did too much. Look, y'all, this whole week I've been heavy on drinking a bunch of water, jogging, exercising, pretty much doing everything I can to start feeling like my normal self. But it seemed like none of that's helping because I still feel a little off. And look, today's Friday, game day's tomorrow, and to make matters worse, I might have bit off more than I could chew earlier this week. So this day after practice, a media outlet wanted me to do a quick interview, and of course I was down, and really I was saying all the right things. But I also said that I was gonna stay on point and that we wasn't gonna take no more L's this season, and I told them I felt great and I'm ready for the next game. Now, judging from the intro, I can see I might have told a few lies, because I wasn't on point this week, I was not locked in, and I most definitely do not feel great. But regardless, I already said it, and I ain't trying to give Michigan State fans false hope. So I'm gonna try to sweat this out, and I'm gonna catch y'all. Game number 6 on the season, man. We going up against an undefeated Oklahoma State, and I'm finally starting to feel like myself, but the real test is in the game. They start the game off with a quick drive down the field resulting in a touchdown. The whole offense is on straps, so I do what I know best, take off on them boys straight up the field, first play of the game, and no one is able to stop me as I make my way to the end zone, tying the game up with the quickness. And I guess it's safe to say I'm finally back to my normal self. OSU goes down and scores again, and I look to my tight end as he's able to take us all the way up past the 45. On the 2nd and 10, I fake the handoff and I don't get rid of the ball quick enough, resulting in a sack. 3rd and 19, trying to get that first down. I couldn't find nobody open, so I call my own number, scramble out of trouble, and I make my way upfield. He sets up a great block, and I make my way past the first down mark. A few plays later, I capped this drive off with a dot to my tight end at the corner of the end zone, tying the game up again. OSU does not score, and we facing a 3rd and 9. I'm able to connect with my receiver, but not for enough yards, forcing us to take our first punt of the game. The score still remains tied, and I'm holding on to that peel too long, forcing me to scramble out again. Luckily, he's not able to bring me down, and I step out past the first down mark. I end up finding my tight end over the middle. He's able to pick up a nice chunk of yards for us. So we end up going into the half tied with the game being 14-14. Coach would call that read option to start off the 3rd quarter. I make the correct read and decide to keep it and take off for about 12 yards before being popped. Later that drive, I find my tight end running across the first down mark. He brings it in and takes us up close to the 20. Very next play, I deliver a dot to Foster and he brings us up close to that touchdown, being stopped at the 2-yard line. And our halfback would do the rest, punching it in for us, putting us up a score against OSU. They go down and even the score again. But we ain't tripping because on the 2nd play of this drive, I deliver it to my tight end. He breaks out of 2 tackles and he has one person to outrun, which he's going to be able to do, making his way up past the 10 before being hit while diving for the end zone. Starting off the 4th quarter, we go with the read option. It was looking bad at first, but I'm able to get out of those tackles and dive into the end zone, scoring my 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. OSU goes down to tie the game up. We start this drive off with a read option, and as y'all can see from it being a close game, things are starting to get chippy. Very next play, my tight end that's been cooking the whole game does it once again, taking in another reception to eat up a chunk of that field. We end up facing a crucial 3rd and 24, and now that I look at it, I could have probably took off, but instead I aired it out downfield, which wound up incomplete. They don't score, and it's a 3rd and 6. I drop back and I take off to pick up that first down myself in order to keep this drive alive. Now, as I knew, the pressure would start coming sooner or later, and they do, as I scramble out of trouble and deliver a dot to my halfback to get us 2 yards outside of that first down mark. But they end up reviewing the play, and they say he was out of bounds, forcing us to be in a 3rd and 10, which I end up having to get rid of it. OSU goes down and kicks a field goal, and with 1 second left on the clock, I air it out downfield to my wideout, which as y'all can see, wound up incomplete, and we lose for our 2nd time this season. And I feel like if I would have been studying film instead of partying, that would have been a different outcome of this game. But I'm gonna for sure be locked in for next week's game. Alright y'all, 7th game of the season, coming off a close loss. We up against TCU. My tight end still on fire, coming down with a nice grab. A few plays later, I roll out to hit my receiver downfield, but the safety pick up on that, so I take it myself, breaking a defender before being brought down past the first down mark. Later that drive, we nearly get into the red zone off of this dot to the tight end. Looking for a shot in that end zone, I scramble out and see my receiver, but somehow throw an inaccurate ball, forcing us to settle for the field goal. We go up 3-6, they don't score, and I'm looking for my tight end on the flat, but make a bad decision as it winds up being intercepted. And to make matters even worse, it ended up being a pick six. But I refuse to hang my head down after that mistake. And I show TCU I'm a big problem breaking out of a tackle and taking off downfield. They know it's bad when I see a whole lot of green. I make another huge play on the ground, breaking a defender, breaking out of a tackle before being brought down by the 20. And that's how you show up after throwing a pick six. Very next play, I deliver a beam to my tight end, and he looks like a man amongst boys, breaking out a bunch of tackles and getting us up by the first down mark. And later, our halfback will be set up with some nice blocks to make his way into the end zone, giving us that lead. TCU will go down and score again, bringing their total to 14. And I find my receiver breaking out of tackles before being brought down past the 40. And on a 3rd and 7, I got to get rid of that rock, and I go to my tight end, but he's not able to bring it in, forcing us to punt the ball off. Luckily, they don't score, and we get the ball back in bad field position as I'm brought down for a safety. But I still haven't lost no hope whatsoever. Start of the 3rd quarter, we down 6 against TCU, but we is not worried. Second play of the drive, I end up finding my receiver Foster downfield, and he's able to snag that one in, breaking out of a few tackles before being brought down by the 40. Eventually, I would fire off a laser to my tight end as he's able to receive it and take off downfield, being knocked out by the 20. And our halfback, Nate Carter, would take the handoff and make his way down to the end zone, tying the game up before the extra point. TCU don't score, and I'm looking like Pat Mahomes behind center, releasing a dot to my wideout, getting us down at the 40. First play of the 4th quarter, I end up handing the ball off to my guy Nate. He shows that he's one of the best in the business, breaking off for a huge run. You know he's taking that to the crib, putting us up another touchdown against TCU. They still don't score, and this is our chance to turn up, so I deliver a dot to my tight end, and he breaks a few tackles before being hit out of bounds. Very next play, we go with a read option, and I decide to keep it, making a nice move on the defense and getting close to that first down, but winding up a yard short. Very next play, I deliver a dot to my tight end, and he see nothing but a whole lot of daylight as he makes his way to the end zone, adding on another 6 points to our total. TCU still didn't score, and Nate takes it in for another TD, and they finally added some points to their total, but it don't matter because Nate takes off for another crazy run and adds another touchdown to his total. So we go on to win this home game with the score being 31-45, and that's exactly what we needed after taking a close loss. Now, after that win against TCU, I had finally had some downtime. And when I had got on my phone, I seen I was mentioned in the live from one of my high school teammates. And this is what he said.
And I'm playing against my high school quarterback this weekend. Ncaa, boy, you know it's all I love, but you better tell your all-line to tighten up because I'm coming for you. You know what I can do.
So remember I told you I was a 5-star in high school? Yeah, well, I wasn't the only 5-star. And that was Elijah Absinu. He was a 5-star defensive end in high school, and he the #1 DN in college. Now let me be the first to tell y'all, that man is no joke. I'ma just let y'all see for yourself. Yeah, he dominates in his position. Look, man, even in high school, he was built like a grown man and he played like one. But it's all good because just like he dominating his position, so do I. So I'm finna be tapped into a different mode in practice, and I'm gonna look forward to going heads up against Elijah. It's gonna be one for the books. Alright, y'all, getting ready to take the first snap of the game I've been anticipating all week. As y'all know, we up against Penn State and facing off against my old high school teammate. And I start the game off delivering a dot to my reliable tight end, getting us 1 yard short of a first down. I take the snap and couldn't find nobody open, so I take off and use my own legs to pick up that first down and a little extra before stepping out of bounds. Telling y'all I'm locked in this game. Very next play, I take a bad snap and I see a gap in the middle of the defense, so I take that. And y'all see number 34, Elijah, trying to take me down, but I'm too quick. And I eventually go down past the 20-yard mark. Looking at it now, I had a receiver open for a touchdown. Elijah brought the pressure, and I end up going down with a sack. But I get those yards back and more, finding my receiver open for a TD, and we go up 6 against Penn State. They go down and score, tying the game up, and we go with a read option. I see Elijah come in, but he missed that tackle, and I take off for a gain of 11. Very next play, I end up scrambling out and make a nice pass to Glover, and he takes us up to the 50-yard line. And for the last play of the first quarter, I find my receiver open, throw a dot to get us up past the 30. On the 3rd and 5, I drop back and end up hitting my tight end, but not for enough yards, resulting in us having to settle for a field goal. They go down and score, giving them the lead, and on the 2nd and 9, they leave a wide open gap down the middle, and I take off and pick up that first down with my feet. And it's looking like I'll be able to rack up a lot of rushing yards this game. We end up going with a read option, and I don't see no white jerseys on the left side of the field as I take off to eat up a nice chunk of yards before being brought down past the 40. And on the very next play, I see my guy Glover taking off downfield. I air it out to him. He brings it in and fights his way into the end zone for another touchdown, putting us up against Penn State. They go down and settle for a field goal, allowing them to tie the game up. Elijah's still struggling to bring me down, and I pick up again at 8 with this scramble. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. They left another gap down the middle, and I'm going to keep killing on the ground as long as they keep letting me. I bring this up to the 30 before being brought down. Last play of the second quarter, I connect with Glover for a nice game. And we go into the half with the score being 17-17. They end up scoring coming back from half, but we moving down that field pretty easy with 3 consecutive first downs. And later I will connect with my wide out across the field as he outraces the defenders and takes it all the way to the 2 before being hit out of bounds. And our halfback would do the rest, taking it in to tie the game up again. They go down and score a field goal, and on the first play of this drive, I connect with my wide out for a gain of 15. Later, I'll connect with the same receiver again, and he makes another highlight play, taking us all the way down the field, knocked out of bounds at the 10. And I will finish that drive off, floating one to my tight end, and he's able to come down with it, giving us another TD, making the score 30-27. Penn State goes up 3, and we start this drive off not too hot as he drops this pass. And I will go his way again, and this time he receives it, putting us in the 3rd and 4 situation. But on that 3rd and 4, I end up taking off and picking up that first down with 2 minutes left on the clock. And yes, we looking to score on this drive, but not too soon, because we don't want to give him too much time. But I end up being brought down with a mean pass rush. But on a very important 3rd and 10, I find my tight end open across the middle, and we're able to eat up a chunk of that field with this reception. On the 2nd and 4, I couldn't find nobody, but I get rid of it before being sacked. A minute left in the 4th, I end up finding my receiver for a crucial first down, and he brings us up close to the 15. A few plays later, I end up hitting my tight end on the 2nd and 12, and he's able to get us in the red zone with 40 seconds left on the clock. And with 38 seconds left, I decided to take it in myself, one of the most important scrambles of the game, and put us up 3 points against Penn State with 35 seconds left. Man, the atmosphere was crazy, and the fans was loving it. In some way, somehow, they get down the field and score a touchdown with the score being 41-38. We started this drive with 14 seconds left, so of course I'm going downfield to at least get in field goal range, but you see it winds up incomplete. 12 seconds left on the clock, the biggest play of the whole game. You got to get downfield. I keep my composure and take the snap. Off the rip, I see Alante Brown with a step in front of his defender. Well, I air it out downfield, and he comes down with it and makes his way to the end zone, putting a nail in the coffin. The crowd was going crazy. I just made the biggest play of my college career.
Executed so well, and they grabbed that lead. No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football.
So of course we win a very tightly contested game, and the whole entire stadium was on 1,000. I mean, this is a game I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And as far as Elijah, he ain't bring me down not once, and I was making him work. So of course it's all love, and we definitely had to flick it up after the game. That's it for this episode, y'all. If y'all made it this far, man, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We on the road to 2K. And with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.